Hey lovelies, it's Kate. Welcome back to another speed build. This build is a bit different because this is just a shell. I built the exterior of this build and the very talented LadyManatee Gaming furnished this. So you can find the furnished version in her gallery and the unfurnished shell in my gallery. And of course you should totally make sure to check out her video on her channel where you can watch her furnish this build. You can find the link to her video in the description box down below, and I want to say a couple of things about LadyManatee Gaming. So I stumbled upon her Twitter a couple of months ago, I think, and I saw a picture of a room that she furnished and I was just completely blown away. And I'm not just saying this to be nice or something, I was literally blown away. She's out of this world talented. For me, she is the queen of interior design. She is the best, or one of the best at least. She is just totally amazing. I'm going to show you 2 screenshots of her work here so you know what I'm talking about, and so you know that I'm not exaggerating and that you should totally check her out, because I just think that she's totally amazing and she deserves all the love for her work. And I also figured that a lot of you would totally love her content and it's just super inspiring. So I figured that you guys would be happy to kind of find a new simmer in case you haven't heard of LadyManatee Gaming yet. So we decided to build an off-the-grid build. So as I said, I built the exterior and she furnished it, and we wanted to go for a modern build. A typical off-the-grid build is kind of more rustic usually, I would say. Maybe even just a little shack at the coast so your sim can just go to the beach fishing so he or she can provide for herself and all that. But we were going for a different approach. So even though this is a modern build, it's still an off-the-grid build. The off-the-grid lot trait was introduced with The Sims 4 Idle Living. A lot of simmers have been longing for a lot trait like this, and I know that a lot of simmers kind of faked having a lot trait like this, but now it's the real deal finally. So off-the-grid means that you don't have any electricity or plumbing. So you're really just living off-the-grid. It's a life connected to nature, self-providing, a very natural way of living, and it's just something completely different. And in Sulani you can go fishing, and this way you can just provide for yourself, and it's just super amazing. So with this lot trait applied, you cannot use the plumbing, electricity is simply not working. Your sims can still receive phone calls though, because otherwise they would be completely disconnected from the rest of the world. And as you can see here, I'm building a little greenhouse because we figured that it would be amazing to include one, because it just fits to the whole of the grid idea, and also a greenhouse is always the best choice for gardening, because you can plant any plant during any season, because if you are having seasons, gardening is a bit different. And for the greenhouse, I am using a method that I have used for the attic tutorial. So I kind of wanted to have a little skylight and all that, so I decided to build it this way at first, but then I turned it around because I felt like it just wasn't looking that good. And unfortunately, this area for some reason is not functional. I mean, the area right underneath the skylight. So I just added a couple of plants there, but the rest of the greenhouse is completely functional. So there are planting pots inside. I already placed them, so your sims can just plant a couple of plants and live a happy gardener life. You guys know that this is my favorite career in The Sims because it's just easy money and a lot of fun. I just really enjoy this career. So I decorated the exterior a little bit, but LadyManatee Gaming will also kind of do her own thing with this. I agreed that she can do whatever she likes, so she probably removed a couple of things and placed some other stuff. So I just placed a couple of plants eventually, as you will see, because I felt like it wasn't looking tropical enough, but this might kind of change a little bit in the finished, furnished LadyManatee Gaming version. But I completely trust her and I'm super excited to see what she has done. I saw a couple of screenshots of the interior and I know that you guys will love it. I just totally fell in love with this. I mean, I've already shown you how talented she is, so I'm pretty sure that at this point you are convinced. She's just amazing. But let's talk about the shape of the house, because this house is quite unique, I think. So for the shape, I was going for something that is a bit different. So this house is really compact. I know that it once again looks quite big. This always happens when I'm building something. You guys know this by now. But the bottom floor is just sitting on columns that I built just with walls made out of rooms, basically tiny 1 tile wide rooms, and then there's a little barbecue area underneath, and the actual house just sits on top. You can see what I'm talking about here. So the house itself is really compact. It just looks really big, which is good because I feel like for a furnishing style that is extremely detailed and cluttered, it just makes sense to have a smaller build, because I'm not sure how this would translate to a huge mega mansion, for example. So this is kind of the look that we were going for, a rather compact build, but it still looks quite big from the outside. But I can help this. I think I will never build something that's small and looks small. I don't know. I built solar panels in the water in the back. I combined 2 different roofs for this. So I combined the regular gray, dark gray base game roof, I think, with some glass, and you can just place them on top of each other by just moving the glass 1 step up or the other roof 1 step down. This way you can kind of lay them on top of each other, because otherwise they are kind of merged into each other and you can't really tell that these are like 2 different roofs. So this is what I did. Also, we got some very exciting news. You guys know that I always like to share the latest Sims 4 news in my videos, because not everyone is watching the live streams or is active on Twitter or something, so I always kind of like to include that and to talk about this. So in yesterday's Maxis Monthly, we learned that we will get new objects in The Sims 4, so let me explain. You guys know what debug objects are, and if you don't know what this is, I will quickly explain this. So you can enter the bb.show hidden object sheet, and when you enter this sheet, you can access a new set of objects. These objects are part of the packs, but you cannot access them without entering the sheet. These objects are mostly environmental objects, so they kind of just belong to the world, to the environment, and they are not part of the regular build by menu. And in the next patch we will receive a new cheat, so it's not going to be the debug cheat, it's a completely new cheat, and we will get access to new objects. When you own all the packs, you will have access to over 1000 new objects. 1000. So if you don't own all the packs, you will still have access to all the objects that are part of the packs that you own. And I'm just super excited for this, because from what we saw in the stream, there is a lot of good stuff. A lot of rocks, for example. So the rocks are just perfect for landscaping, and I have planned a build that I don't want to talk about yet, but now I'm going to put this specific build on hold because I want to use the rocks, and I'm just super excited for this. And I saw a new fence and just so many new objects, so this is just amazing. I cannot wait for the update. Also, we got a rebranding for The Sims 4 in general. The packaging is going to change. The whole screen that you see when you load up the game is going to change. The Sims that you see when you load up the game and that are on the base game packaging are also going to change. So it's a complete rebranding. Also, we got a new plumb bob. So a lot of things are going to change, and the Sims community seems to be quite divided about the whole thing. Some people like it, some people hate it. Personally, I think that the colors are a bit too bright, and also you guys know that every expansion pack has its own color, and with Island Living we finally got a full beautiful rainbow. Unfortunately, this is going to change as well. Every expansion pack, every game pack, and every stuff pack are going to have one color. The stuff packs are bright green, the expansion packs are teal, and the game packs are blue, but look a bit teal, like a teal that is kind of more on the blue side. So it's totally new and totally unexpected as well. I mean, it's exciting that they are always trying to improve the game, in my opinion, that they want to keep it fresh and exciting. They also said that there are more players than ever, probably after the base game was free for a while, and I think this is super exciting, and it shows that they always put a lot of work and love into this game, and that The Sims 4 isn't done yet for a long time, that there's still a lot of stuff to come. So I think it's kind of a good thing, no matter what you think about the design itself. As I said, I'm personally also not 100% happy with all that I saw regarding the design, but to be honest, I'm just so excited about the new objects. 1000 objects, I cannot wait. So this is just amazing. I will kind of spend hours probably after the patch, and I will just go through all the new stuff all the new objects, and I will just kind of figure out what I can build with this. Just so exciting. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the rebranding. If you've seen some pictures, let me know if you're excited for all the new objects that we are going to receive. Personally, I just cannot wait. So at this point, as you can see, I'm just adding a bit of detail, some of the flowers, because I wanted to keep it tropical. I added the little chimney, and I added a fireplace, and I also added a fireplace on top because I felt like a regular chimney that you kind of place on top wouldn't look this tropical and island themed, so I used this Jungle Adventure one. As I said before, Jungle Adventure is just the perfect pack to combine with island living. It's just perfect. So as always, this build is available in the gallery. As I said, you can find the shell in my gallery and the furnished version that I highly recommend to you in LadyManatee Gaming's gallery. I'm going to put other information down below, as I said, but I want to say it again because I really want you guys to check out LadyManatee Gaming if you want to. I hope that you have an amazing week. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye.